A very good evening, honorable guests on the dais, the organizers, the blues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure to be in this wonderful and colorful program, the culture, which is always color. And today we'll be seeing the colors later on when the program starts. And I'm very pleased to be here to discuss the youth and women in terms of the empowerment they deserve in the society and the rightful place to secure for themselves. I'm so pleased to be in this very futuristic program dealing with the culture and the future of our society and the role of youth and women in that. As we all know, today we also at the same time celebrate our shared culture and values of Afghanistan and India. And we always, and I personally always define this relationship, a relationship of one nation divided between two states. India and Afghanistan, one nation, but today in the country, in the contemporary world, we are divided into states, but we basically are one people because of the shared culture and the values that we cherish and have been cherishing historically. And you all know India and Afghanistan relationship is a civilizational relationship, a relationship which is envisioned on a wider spectrum through the prism of mutual trust and people-to-people relationship. And the one single source of this recognition of the love and affection between the two people exist is manifested in the popular movie called The Kabliwala, and I'm sure you must have all seen it. If you want to know the closeness and the love and affection between the two peoples, please watch the Kabliwala movie, which will tell you how our two peoples are close and how they love one another and how they share so much in terms of life, culture, and traditions. In order to promote this relationship of people, countries have relationship of governments. What is unique about India and Afghanistan is that the relationship is based on people's relationship. It has nothing to do with governments. We simply, as government officials, build on what has been given to us by the peoples of the two countries historically. So that is the uniqueness, and that's where the people are gathered today to reflect and represent the true and rich civilization and the rich culture that we cherish and share among our two countries. In order to promote this relationship, a program of this, and I'm glad today I'm invited personally to this program, and we have been holding such programs over the last many years. The recent example of how we try to promote on our behalf was the holding of a joint India-Afghanistan Culture Week. This was just last year, at the end of the last year, November 2017, where the artists and the students and women, youth, all got together to showcase the shared values of India and Afghanistan through the dances, through the shared photo exhibitions, and through food and culture and etc. And today we are looking forward to see some of the pieces of that shared values that we exhibit in these programs. As we all know, women empowerment and youth empowerment is a shared responsibility of all societies. And of course, in Afghanistan, share very much in order to empower the youth and the women in order to take over the rightful place in the society. And they both stand at the center stage in our societies. Luckily, India and Afghanistan are the two youngest, perhaps one of the very youngest nations in the world, where 60% of the nation population is below 25-year age. That is a great asset for both India and Afghanistan to have such a useful population and youthful nation. You all know, since the fall of the Taliban in Afghanistan in 2001, Afghanistan has gone a long way in order to make progress with regard to the capacity, with regard to education, with regard to the progress any society makes. And Afghanistan, luckily in the last 16 and 17 years, has made a lot of progress. And we have provided opportunities for youth and women in society, the rightful place in the society, both in terms of education, culture, and you all know Afghanistan's women, how better they're doing in our society in each and every field, from culture to economy to politics and etc. In a country of 30 million population in Afghanistan, more than 8 million children today are going to school. This is one of the progresses that I mentioned earlier, is the education that has been a revolution in Afghanistan. Out of 30 million population, more than 8 million children today are in school. And a third of them are, luckily, girls. Similarly, education, the university level education, from around 8,000 students in universities in 2001, today 77,000 students are studying in our universities. Again, 28% of them are girls. Politically, as you all know, we are doing better than many countries. And I must also tell you proudly that our parliament is comprised of 28% of women representing Afghanistan. I believe this is more than what India has. Not only in the parliament, you may know the Afghan cabinet, after 29 ministries, 4 women ministers we have in the cabinet, and of course many deputy ministers in our cabinet. Well, the students, as you all know, boys and girls, has been coming to India for education in a large number. Today, in India, we have about 16,000 students studying in India, and many of them have returned, and many of them will be returning back to Afghanistan in order to take part in the reconstruction of Afghanistan. In terms of our women empowerment, we have a number of programs. After the 16,000, a large number of girls are studying in India. They are the leaders of tomorrow. They are going to represent our two nations and being ambassadors for the two countries to improve the relationship from what it is today. Programs for women empowerment, many. In capacity building programs in government, they keep coming to India for capacity building programs, and at the same time we have a number of programs in Afghanistan for their capacity to be built so that they can work in each and every field of life in Afghanistan. Today's event is another example of the progress that we keep making in order to empower of women, and to do it through culture and through traditions that we have so colorfully always showcasing and showcase. Today I'm glad to see once again another occasion, another event that will improve our empowerment efforts in terms of the progress that we make and the objectives that we are envisioning to achieve in our two countries. In conclusion, and I'm very happy today to be back again in the same program that we had just a couple of months ago in order to show the shared culture through our youth that we'll be seeing on the stage in a few minutes. But I very much hope that we'll continue to hold such joint events. Today I'm glad that India-Afghanistan Foundation is playing a role in this program, and I'm going to be ready for any event of this nature in the future, so that the India-Afghanistan Foundation take part in order to make this program and the effort that we have in our two countries even more important and, of course, more achievable. And I'm sure through joint programs like today we have, I'm sure the goal that we pursue in order to see the youth in the driving seat and the women in the driving seat of the two countries in each and every field of life. Thank you very much.